Yes, and it's MAK 10 and this is the No Q podcast. And today, really excited for this one because we've got a special guest in the house, UK legend, UK garage legend, UK royalty, MC Creed.
Respect, my brother.
Yes.
You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm really looking forward to sort of talking to you because, boy, where do I start? It's like, it'll be criminal for me to miss out on so many questions about your musical career.
I've been around too long, bro.
Too long. But before I get into your sort of upbringing, I've got to let you know that sort of, it's like, this is a massive thing for me, yeah? Straight right off the bat, because when I was in school, I grew up listening to you as like 14, 13, you know, times of Walkman. Yeah, I've got the thing going up my sleeve, the earphone, listening to you and Jason K at Sun City in Adrenaline Village.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
and I was a teenager.
97.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's 97, I think.
A long time ago. But we're going to get into that. I thought I'd just give you your flowers in that sense. But
cool, man.
So,
thank you.
Let's paint the picture of MC Creed. But like growing up, which area? How was you?
All right, I was actually born not far from me. I was born Middleton Road at Hackney.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, we moved out of Hackney when I was really young. So from Hackney, where did we move? We moved to Ilford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Ilford, we moved to Seven Kings.
Yeah.
Or no, Seven Kings and then Ilford, and then we moved to Chadwell Heath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was like a culture shock for us at the time.
Okay.
You get me?
What year was that?
Let me see, bruv. All right, I'm gonna give my age away now, but I think that we moved to Chadwell Heath when I was about in 71.
Okay.
71. So that was a good few years ago,
Okay.
isn't it, bruv?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it like in Chadwell Heath when you say a culture shock?
Well, bruv, look, obviously we were young. We were young kids then. We were little lick a bit, yeah. And all I remember was someone throwing a brick through the window, someone putting excrement through the letterbox, and that type of thing.
Okay.
Because Chadwell Heath is kind of in between Dagenham and Romford. Like Dagenham's over there, Romford's over there. So them two areas at that time were very niffy.
Yeah.
Like Skinhead, National Front, all that stuff, innit? So so as we got older, we had to deal with that, and we did.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And then they disappeared.
Yeah.
And you don't see, they're bothering other people.
Yeah.
But
What age was you when that was going on?
When all of that was
in
going
your
on?
Teens or?
No. I was younger because look, bro, if I was in my teens at that time, I would have done something, bro. But I was like 6 or something like that, bro. It was different. You just know it happened. You hear about it. But then what I found was when I got older, all them things stopped.
Yeah.
They never happened anymore.
Do you feel like that had an effect on you as a person, how you carried yourself?
All day long, bro, because I've got zero tolerance for racists, bro.
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay.
Like, they say something, just punch them in the mouth straight away, bro. I've got zero tolerance, bro.
No, I respect that. Okay, and that's where that stems from.
Yeah, well, that's obviously, you go through the school system, and that's another story.
All right, cool. Let's move it along. So, all right, cool. So, is it a single parent household of both your parents?
Yeah. Well, look, right. At the end of the day, it was my mum, and it was 5 of us. Yeah? Okay. So, but what I'm saying is, we always lived with our nan, our granddad.
Yeah. Okay.
And at that time, it's not like now where people are coming from other countries and they're giving them a flat and giving them. That weren't happening with us. Like with us, remember, like they used to have signs on no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Yeah.
That was the thing that they had them times. Yeah. And I remember like my mum, she told me that they got like a place in Caledonian Road. Yeah. Yeah, because my older brother and sister, they were born in Tottenham, and both of them were born in Tottenham. I was born in Hackney. My younger two were born in Barking and Dagenham and all that. Barking Hospital. Yeah. So, like at that time, we were living in Caledonian Road, and they said that, like, they rented a place. My granddad was a builder, so he started building. He started doing the place up, and then he went to work, my mum went to work. They come back and all the clothes are outside on the floor. Where because my granddad done it up, I think the guy wanted to rent it out for more money.
Yeah.
So next minute we're walking up and down Caledonian Road with nowhere to live.
Yeah.
So so it was kind of hard then.
Yeah.
But what I noticed was like a lot of the kids in my school, they were all living in like council accommodation. Yeah, they got it right. I mean, you know, the kids in the school. But with us, what we had to do, we actually had to buy a house. Yeah, we had to buy a house, even though my mum didn't really have the money, but through a friend of hers, told her kind of how to do it, and my mum bought an house. But then once you buy the house, you have to pay a mortgage. But with low income, my mum's a nurse. Yeah. In them days, nurses were getting like bobs, bruv. They were getting like pittance, yeah?
Okay.
And so at the end of the day, you could pay the mortgage, but you never had no money for food. Okay. Or anything else. Yeah. So it was kind of them
tough.
Ones. Yeah,
it was tough. It was tough. Okay, so all right then. So you've got quite an. I'm picking up quite like an angry child coming up now. You're becoming resentful.
Well, the thing is, yeah. Look. My people are like Jamaican stock, yeah, right. So we've got an attitude anyway. Yeah, we've definitely got an attitude. We ain't taking nothing. We ain't taking nothing from anyone. Yeah, that's it. So at the end of the day, you grow up with that, and then when you're facing certain things, that's how you attack it. Yeah. So like 100%, your surroundings turn you into the person that you are, innit? But obviously, when you get older, you can leave. Like you realise, you click, and think, oh, that's why I was like that. That's why I did that. Yeah. But as a kid, you don't.
Okay, so it stems from a young age. So when did music enter into sort of your life?
Music was always in my life because, like, my dad, even though my dad didn't like live with us, he used to own a record shop like years ago, and he had loads of records in his house. Yeah. So I used to go and like stay with him summer holidays and that stuff. Yeah. Up until I was about 9. Yeah. But like my mum and my family was always playing music. There was reggae in the house all the time. There was soul. Yeah. Soul and reggae were the things that were always in my
background,
house.
Jamaican?
Jamaican, yeah. There was always reggae and soul in my house. So, we'd look forward to like the top 40. Yeah. Like listening to the countdown. Yeah. You might have had one or two black music songs on there. Yeah. And like, that you loved, so you'd wait up for that and stuff. But that was it. Music was always there.
Okay, so would you ever into like sound system culture?
Well, the thing is, I was always around it. As a kid, I got brought to certain parties, and this was going on. That's life, innit? Yeah. That was our life. Like, it might have been someone's birthday party, or it might have been something. Yeah. But that was always, the big speakers were always there. There was always some big speakers, like as high as the ceiling. They were there somewhere, yeah. And the music was like, the music was always there. So it was like rare groove. I was into the rare grooves and the James Brown and that type of stuff. And Bob Marley. Look, at the end of the day, there were a lot of kind of more underground artists than Bob Marley. But the thing is, what he was saying in his lyrics resonated. Yeah, definitely did.
So is that your main influence for picking the mic up yourself?
You see, with me, it was very fun because
at what age did you pick the mic up?
Bruv, I didn't even think about being an artist. Yeah. I was like into different things. Like, like when most kids nowadays are going into music from when they're starting out in like kind of teenage, innit? Yeah. Yeah. But me, I didn't start till I was about 21.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't start as an artist, like picking up a mic. And that is a whole nother story. That one there, that's mental. But
no, we want that. You want that. But leading up to that, so you're going through your teenage years and stuff.
Yeah.
Was there any chaos within that sort of led you to that, and what I'm trying to gauge is it was a returning point, and that you found music, and
I was
always
into, because back in the day, I don't know if it's the same now, but like, you know, for a while people stopped dancing. Yeah, I don't know, because like, you know, they wanted to come off like a bad man or something, so they wouldn't dance.
Okay.
You know, there's that tune, "Bad man don't dance, who told you bad man?" This is kind of true, because this was kind of the way that people were saying it. No, I ain't dancing, I'm gonna look soft, right? But back in the day, it was the bad man that used to dance.
Yeah, I can second you on that.
Yeah, back in the day, it was them man there who had flexibility and skills and speed and all that. Yeah, they're the ones that could really do it, bruv. Could really put it on. So
I'll just share something here, because obviously I was a kid. I started going out when I was like 12, 13. My mum used to let me go out with my brothers, And back in the day, like, might sound alien now, but you will remember this. So there weren't no mobile phones,
No.
And there was like, to find a dance here or a rave, you'd say here, say for instance, there's a rave at Forest Gate. So what you do, you go to Forest Gate and you walk around.
Yeah,
so you see people.
And
you might see 2 people, then you follow them, then they turn into 4, then you know it's down there. You will literally walk around the road looking, and the crowd starts gathering. The next thing you know, you're following the people and you find the dance. And it's like, there might be black bins and bags on the window. You go in there, man, I'm winding down with girl to slow jams, and it's that flex. It's not like, it's not, it was proper.
That was it.
That was good times. And I was a kid then, I loved it. But sorry, kid. So back to that,
Yeah. So with me, I started off the dancing thing. Like, I just loved music. I used to go to these under 18s dudes at Room at the Top.
Yeah.
The Regency, Room at the Top, you know.
In Ilford?
In Ilford, mate. Yeah. Room at the Top in Ilford. They used to have like an under 18s thing. We used to go there, listen to good music and dance and that. And so that was kind of my love. My love was listening, dancing, partying. That was like the first thing, early doors. The performing thing came later, and it was kind of like by accident.
By accident?
Yeah, it was kind of like by accident, because it's like I must have went away. I went away. I went to Canada because my old man was there. Like, I hadn't seen my old man since I was 9. Yeah, and then I was 18, and then he sent for me to go over there. So I went there, and then I went there for a bit, and I loved Canada, and I was thinking about moving over there. And then I ended up getting a job. I was working for... Did I have a job at that time? I think I got a job when I was about 19, 20. I was working for Telecom, as an engineer and all that stuff. And then I ended up getting in a madness, So I had to leave, I had to leave, right? So I went to Canada, because I went here recently. I hadn't been to many countries in my life, but I thought, man, I'll go to Canada. My old man's there. So I've gone there, and like, I couldn't come back for a bit. And while I'm over there, I'm listening to all my old man's tunes, innit? And I'm just bored, bruv. Like, I'm bored. And then I started watching like Yo MTV raps and stuff. And like, then I thought, then I just started writing raps, like, for a laugh. Just for a joke, bruv, like, just for a laugh. And my brother was with me as well, and like, he was, one of my brothers, and he was going, yeah, that sounds all right. So the mad thing was, when I came back, like, a year after, when I come back a year after, I had like a bag full of lyrics, bruv, but I'd never done anything, right? And at that time, the acid house scene was at its height, it was just before they made a new law to stop it. Now,
was that around a legal rave period?
Yeah,
so that
of course,
period when there's 20,000,
I'm talking about 89. No, say 88. I would say. Like, there might have been people who were doing it before that, but I only got into it in about 88, 89. Before that, we were going like blues parties. Me and my friends, like 20 handed, going to parties, all tooled up and everything, bro.
In someone's yard.
Yeah, I know, in someone's yard, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're going to mad areas, bro. You're like, we could end up in Peckham, bro. At the end of the day. So who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows what's going to happen? Right. And what happened then? What are you doing? You just drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
Like a couple of times, me and my mate, you know, we fell asleep on a wall, and it's snowing, bruv. It's snowing, and you're waking up, bruv, and the snow's just licking your head. You're like, where am I? Anything can happen, innit, bruv? So, yeah, so that was it. So,
So, all right, cool. So we're in the acid house era now.
Yeah.
And you got your lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, just before I went to Canada, I was raving acid house hard.
Yeah.
Like dungeons, like energy, sunrise, biology. All of these big raves are like 15,000 people and 20,000 people in. Like a lot of people off their nut. Didn't matter. It's the first time that I'd been introduced properly to house. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, house was there for years before, but I weren't in it. I wasn't into it. But this type of house, I was having it, bro. I was in it, and all of us were having it, and we used to go like every week, like, I mean...
Who was DJing around them times? Who would have been a big acid house DJ?
Top buzz, is Mad P and Jason K, and it was at the time Mikey B as well, from the Dream Team. It was them three, they were doing like a kind of a hardcore, drum and bass type sound. That was their sound, and they were like massive. And that was kind of before Mikey B and Jason K came on the garage. They were doing that. But there was people like Groove Rider and Fabio and mate, I remember going Dungeons, who was in the queue? Richie Fingers was in the queue. He was DJing it. There was like LSD. There was like, what I'm saying is there's like a whole plethora of DJs that used to work then, and some of them are still about now. Yeah, some of them are still like working now on different factions of house.
Okay. So let's talk about you picking up the mic.
Okay.
So what happened? Because this.
Okay. So look. All right, I'm trying to think how we get
This
around.
is getting juicy now, you know. Okay. I don't even think I've heard an interview with Creed before. I'm going to make sure I get everything.
So basically, when I was away now, sorry, just before I went away, I was all over the acid house thing. I was traveling everywhere, up and down the country. I didn't care, and I'd rave, which I carried on doing throughout the 90s. I'd go out on a Thursday, come home on a Tuesday.
Was
every week? Every week.
Was there anything else involved at this time, like substances? Did you enjoy that side of the party life?
Look. The thing is, I could say that I'm a saint, but I'm not a saint.
Okay, we'll keep it like that.
Yeah, I'm not a saint. But don't get me wrong. We had our pit stops. We weren't just out from Thursday to Tuesday. Like the thing is, there was like this started off in acid house. I was doing it with the people from kind of my area that I grew up with, and then when acid house got banned, and then kind of we started building up, you know, the garage scene. There was certain man like Norris the Boss, Genesis Wayne, Dominic Spread Love, Daryl B, Steve Flight. There were like loads of other people like who weren't even artists, but they were ravers, And the thing is, they became our friends, but they were so important as a part of it all as well.
So you're saying those names you just mentioned, Dominic, Norris, Daryl B, they was ravers.
What I'm saying is, bruv, that them guys, they were DJs, but we also had a lot of friends who used to come with us as well every week, and they used to put on parties. We used to have parties that used to last days, right? And say there was like 100 people in there. Everyone had like friend 20 quid, put that on the floor, and then people would go out and get everything and bring it back, and then you'd party for days.
I'm going to come back to that because I sort of I know what you're talking about because it's too early in the story because I want to go a bit before that because I'm speaking from a fan perspective as well. Yeah. And I've sort of followed your journey, like I said, from a young age. I'll throw that in there, but I wasn't aware of you till like quite late in your career. Maybe not late for you, but from what you did prior to. So I'll tell you what tune was out, and I don't know what year it was. Sugar Daddy was out.
Sugar Daddy,
probably songs like that.
96 or something.
Yes, songs like Sue Fly, Tumbling Down. No, it might have been before that, actually.
Tumbling Down.
Yeah,
that was a little bit after.
You call it Tumbling Down's after. But, and also a lot of Tough Enough stuff.
Yeah,
but what happened was, I'll skip, like, I used to I had a tape of you. This was later on, like, but it was earlier. So I used to like going back and doing my research in history. So I had a tape of you and Hermit in Gas Club.
Oh,
it blew my mind.
No, that was me and Dominic.
Oh, yes, it was
me and Dominic spreads for love.
Now, the
thing is, brother, when I hear them things, like people, they say to me, bruv, I loved it that time. Like, but to me, when I listen to it, I'm cringing, bruv. Because, oh, gosh, man.
What are you cringing at?
Because to me, it was like I just started. Like, my voice it wasn't the way I wanted it to be yet. Or I don't know, but I just cringe because it's like, no, I'm doing that too much. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Like, you know, you're just critical when you hear yourself, man.
Do you know what's funny? I was speaking to one of my younger brothers, and I was saying, because I'll just say that when I hear my manifestation of my behaviour in my music now, when I listen back, so I listen, I'm bringing it in fast, it's all manic, it's all over the place. It's like, I can hear my sort of behaviours in my music now. So I find I'm like, I can't listen to that. And he said, you think that don't happen to me? He said, that's like a normal thing for an artist or whatever to go back and listen. And to hear you say that, it's but
now the thing is, brother, in them days, it's all biting at the neck, putting on the bulletproof vest, like all kind of stuff. Even though the thing is, I never ever like promoted violence. I never promoted never. But the thing is, there were some things that I said that were like, you know what I mean? I'm ready, bro.
So that tape was legendary because for me it was like history. It's like an era I never got to live, so I had to hear it, and that's how it felt for me when I used to listen to Adrenaline Village. I thought, what a name for a place! And like used to hear the voice, and I'd hear the rave, and I'm painting a picture in my head because sometimes there's no social media. You hear someone's voice through the radio or on a tape, you've got to try and envision the thing. So it was a whole different time of and mystery. You get me? And then I've got to talk about your tagline, your legendary.
Don't worry, that'll come too, bruv.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Too fast?
No, it's fine. It's fine, bruv. I'll explain how like that came as well. So like I was heavily into the acid house scene with my boys, and then I was going out. This probably went on for like 2 years, right? And then Margaret Thatcher, she come out with some law, and you're not allowed a public gathering of more than 5 people or whatever, something like that. So from there, all them with acid house, it was like all of these little mini genres, which weren't genres yet. They were just different types of music. They were all played underneath a tent. Like there was maybe like a big tent that would hold 5,000 people. There might be another tent or another one, and some bouncy castles and a couple of amusements and whatnot in a big rave. But in that rave, you could hear music that was kind of techno. Yeah. You could hear music that was garage. Yeah. You could hear music that was jungle. Yeah. That had that kind of influence. I wouldn't say you could hear jungle because jungle wasn't really invented yet, but you could hear.
I think that's the Amen breaks. You know what Amen breaks is? That sample, what they always use. Yeah. I feel like that is in some hardcore in the early days of hardcore.
Yeah, of course. Because at that time it was hardcore jungle. It was they were both linked. Them like two scenes. Yeah. So tagline.
Your signature. I'm not okay. You're going to do it, but yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there, bruv. We will get there.
Right, cool.
So like, where are we now? Right, we're kind of
hardcore tense.
Hardcore tense, yeah. So all of that stuff was going on, and then when they shut down acid house raves, it all went into clubs. Yeah. It had to go into clubs. So when it went into clubs, that's kind of when it split into different factions. Yeah. You had your hardcore and your jungle type music there. You had your techno there, and then you had your kind of your soulful house or garagey stuff. That side, you know, the US house, which is what we kind of were playing in the early 90s, and which led to UK garage.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah,
the catchphrase, Okay, so, because the things, bro, I don't want to go back there until I've filled in this bit,
Let's go.
All right, so that is it. We're going out all the time, and then, all of the genres, sorry, not all of the genres, acid house has gone into clubs. It's then split into different genres. Them genres today are still here, Them genres that it split into, a lot of us, we took the soulful garage route, and we were playing a lot of Strictly Rhythm, Four to the Floor.
Is Strictly Rhythm Grant Nelson?
Nice and Ripe is Grant Nelson. And that was his label.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, he's a bad man, right? Yeah. But Strictly Rhythm is kind of like a US label,
Okay.
Yeah, that makes US house. All like Masters at Work and all like music of that genre. Yeah. Some of the really Strictly Rhythm was, I would say, the main label that people were playing from 91 to say 94 or 5. Yeah. It was like the main label. Like Grant Nelson had Nice and Ripe. There was a few. Well, there was loads of other labels. Yeah. Ice Cream, Flipping, loads. There was loads of other labels. But that was it. So where was I? We're talking about me performing now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when I've come back from Canada, right, I'm kind of keeping a low one. Yeah. I'm keeping a low one, and I've gone into some party. There's a party, right, and there's guys who are putting flyers on cars outside a party. Sorry, because I must have gone ministry, and then there's an after party. So I've ended up.
Are we talking about Crazy Mondays?
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet, bro. Yeah.
All right, then.
So like I've ended up outside a party, and when I've looked at the flyer that's on the car, there's a picture of me on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, this is weird. How come you got a picture of me on here? And it's a picture of me in a rave called Labyrinth. Yeah?
I remember.
All right. That used to be like Four Aces, yeah? It was actually in Four Aces, Dalston Lane.
Aces? Okay, I thought Labyrinth.
Dalston Lane.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Dalston Lane. There was a club, Four Aces, a famous venue for every type of music, well, reggae and house and all that stuff, yeah? So I've asked these guys, bruv, like, you see that flyer that you're giving out? That picture's me. How come you've got my picture on the flyer? Funnily enough, there was a DJ who was like a resident DJ for them who knew me. And he said, nah, that guy, you know, he told him like some story. He said, nah, that guy, he's involved in some mad stuff, like, rare. So they had a thing at the time saying every picture tells a story. That was like the label they had on the flyer. Yeah. So then they just used to put random pictures on that told a story. So they put my picture on that told the story. So from there, I made friends with them, and I was in the house, and I picked up the mic in the house, and did a little thing, and they invited me to their club, to Labyrinth, Four Races, and they said, come and perform. So I actually did a PA there. I did a PA, had a couple of dancers.
This is a bit of what song?
This is like, bruv, what did I use? There's a tune called The Morning After. It goes, Dum 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 dum. It's a wicked tune, man. It's like a kind of a house, a soul-y housey tune. It's really nice tune.
Yeah.
And I did that one and another one.
So you had your dancers on your first track,
yeah.
Feeling it. Yeah.
It's mad, bro. It's mad, bro. It's mad. The thing is, to me, I was just on some kind of whirlwind. I didn't even know where I was going. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know where I was going.
Did you have the tagline yet?
My name?
Not your name.
No, bruv, I didn't have that. From there, I did another gig for Lenny D around the same time. Lenny D, he used to have these raves called Unit 4 raves. And I did a gig for him in the Brain in Wardour Street, which is near the WAG Club, old school WAG Club. And then from there, I was kind of taking it seriously as an MC. And I had a little chat with a friend of mine, and we come up with my name because I couldn't think of a name that I could call myself, But we're like, my first name begins with a C, my second name Reed, Creed, Bosh. So
meant to be.
Yeah, that was, bro. We did that, and then all right. So now I've started working. We're at the Gas Club now, yeah? All right? We're at the Gas Club, right?
I get the first time this was said.
We're at the Gas Club. And at that time, I was doing 2 raves. One of them was called Wildlife. One of them was the Gas Club. And the thing is, I was raving as well. So every week, bruv, like, I'm drunk. I'm losing my voice and that, yeah? So I was booked to do other gigs, but I didn't have any voice. So like, I'm talking like that, I couldn't talk. So I had to come up with something that I could do with no voice. So the whole that thing, bruv, all of that just spanned out of me, kind of finding another voice to do, because I couldn't do any high notes at all, but I could do a gruff voice, and that gruff voice turned into that robotic voice, and then people started to like it, and then I was like, all right, so I kind of ran with it and I developed it, and then now it's like,
wow,
that's it, crazy.
It's such an iconic thing. But do you know what I saw? In like a podcast thing with DWE, and he was speaking about, because he goes like ooh, and then he said like, someone said to him once that like Michael Jackson does his he business, and James Brown goes like, you get me? And he's got his thing, he's ooh, and he's saying it's just a vibe, innit? And you've got yours, and it's like what is it? It's just a vibe. It's just it's a signature thing that you can't.
Every MC has got it.
I don't know if they have.
Really, innit?
No.
Every MC's got.
I don't know.
Every MC's got something.
They should.
They got something, bruv. It might be a phrase, or it might be a sound.
Is something as I've got to say, your particular phrase is very iconic, and I think that, because I don't want to skip too forward. But I feel like also not just that, you definitely developed a blueprint for MCs in the way to host a set and hold up a set. There's definitely a blueprint thing going along there. So it wasn't just that. There's other parts to your craft that we'll bring into the situation, we'll bring into the conversation in a little while. Because I definitely want to sort of get some more knowledge along the lines. Yeah. But so let's go. So you're doing that. So how is that being received?
Well, the thing is, people thought that it was 2 guys on the mic. They didn't think it was just me. They thought there was one guy that sounded like this, and then there was another guy that sounded robotic. So when people come up and they saw it was just me, they were like, "What?" And they were freaked out. It kind of freaked them out. So I just, like, obviously back in them days, I was like, it was like really high. But now it's like, so it's kind of got a different tone.
Yeah. And you had dreads at the time, right?
Yeah.
Because every time I said, what's Creed look like? He got dreads. That's all they said. Yeah, man. So, I remember hearing, and it is just a vibe. It's just iconic. I want to touch on some other things. So let's talk about Crazy Mondays.
Yeah, okay, bruv, yeah. All right,
No,
so...
listen.
Of course, brother, come on. That's your manner, isn't it, bruv? Yeah, that's your manner.
Come on, man.
So the thing is, we're doing this club thing. We're doing Laces. Laces is chock-a-block. After Laces now, we want something to do. So I remember it was Boris, yeah? Antonio Pascal, yeah?
Big up Boris.
Yeah, big up Boris. It was him and a friend of mine, Danny, right? A white guy, Danny, yeah? We used to call him Danny Dread, yeah? Danny was just a funny guy and he just never stopped skinning up, bruv. He just skin up everything. Dust, weed, whatever it is, bruv. He just like whatever. No, bruv. Like my friend, like he was a great guy, but he would always find a spliff. And you're thinking, bruv, that ran out hours ago. I don't know what you were. I don't even know what people are smoking now. Seen it. So, but him and Boris, they decided to do a rave off of, was it off of Manor Park High Street or Forest Gate High Street? It was kind of around the back of a church, and they did a rave there. I just remember the black and white floor that they had there. That's the only thing I remember. And that was the first Crazy Mondays. That was the first Crazy Mondays. And it went from there, doing it in a venue, to Boris's house. Yeah, like he's in bed with his girlfriend, like sleeping, and then like a convoy is just turning up to his house at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, when like the rave done at 4, and everyone's outside his house. Boris, like Chris Sorrento and Timmy, bless him, mate. R.I.P. Timmy. Yeah, right. Chris and Timmy, they would just knock on the door. They'd get Boris to wake up, turn his sound system on. His missus is like pissed, like what's going on? But at the end of the day, this was a legendary thing. Yeah. So that party could go on for 2 days. 2 days, that's right. That party would go on for 2 days, bruv. Music, loud, people going and coming from this place and that. It was mental, bruv.
Yeah, and that was like a legendary thing. And I used to, I used to sneak out and stuff at night. And one time, me and my friends was just walking in Manor Park randomly, and the door of this place bust open, and it was a couple of people we knew, like older guys, had come out, and there's this bare smoke coming out, this like bare noise, and it's like, fucking hell, what's going on in there? They come out like, what's going on? I'm right. But eventually, anyway, I ended up playing there as a youngster with me. And my brethren G Smalls at the time.
G Smalls.
Yeah. So it was like a big thing for us because we was kids, and like I don't know, he's friends with one of Tim and Chris's friends was one of our friend's brother. I won't say his name, but yeah, and he sort of got us the gig. So it's like, we're going to play Crazy Monday. We're like 15, 16, and this is like an urban myth to us. You get me? An urban legend.
Come on, man.
As kids, and we're playing in there with all the big men. You get me? And chopping, doing our little thing, and they're egging us on, and you get me? And then I remember leaving there, like we're like, rah, we just did Crazy Mondays, and Chris come out and he pulled out 80 quid, give us 40 quid each, and it's like, rah, he's like, you two, come here. Just give us 40 quid each, and we went home happy. You get me, man? We got 40 quid of Crazy Mondays. I still remember it now. Must have been about, maybe 16, 17. But remember, it was a house on Portway.
That's what I'm saying, the house, bro.
But remember, this is an urban myth. It's like, we're getting to play in front, like Hermit might have been in the room, Footloose might have been in the room.
Everyone.
Yeah.
All the big names would have been there, bro.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's performing in front of them. We might have been shit and doing childish things with our mixes, but it was fucking great. Trust me. And it was wicked, man. And it's just some of the things we carry, and I still remember that moment of man coming out and Cook saying, yo, you should come here and give him man a little change.
That's big,
that's
big, man.
That memory, get me?
That's big.
So big up on Chris for that. But I want to sort of skip forward a little bit, because you've done quite a lot in your career, and you're still relevant today. And I feel like you've definitely influenced whole. Like, I feel like you're Jungle MC's favourite MC, Garage MC's favourite MC, Grime MC's favourite MC. I know you're going into a whole nother thing with your working, with what you're doing with your work with youth and stuff, which we'll get into later. But I want to get into. First of all, let's start with vocal fusion.
Okay.
As an agency, yeah,
yeah,
and no, I've missed out a massive chunk. Furthermore, the progression from you starting that, yeah, into now. There was a time when you was definitely must have been aware that you're the man.
Well,
in terms of your work wise and work rate,
because like in the 90s, right? As I said, I was like the first MC, so I was MCing on Garage when there was no other MC for at least 2 or 3 years. Yeah, because I'm starting in 91. Yeah, say 91, the end of 91. So I'm going. So what happened? The MC started coming over when the jungle raves started to turn a bit sketchy, yeah? They were a little bit like, there was too much trouble there, yeah? And all that stuff. So at the end of the day, girls probably didn't want to go there. We had beer girls in our raves. Garage raves are just beer girls. It was an older crowd, more like, really in a garage rave, they were like 10, 15 years older than me at the time, yeah? So the thing is, everybody used to dress up smart, wear suits and that, and dress nice and drink champagne. And it was a different buzz to the jungle scene. Jungle scene was more tracksuit, do whatever they do, skippy, different thing, yeah? So like, a lot of the ladies, they liked the sexy type thing that we had going on in Garage, yeah? And when they came over, you know, the mans them, they thought, we want that, like, there's girls there.
What year was that? Because you did bring up a good point. Because the time that you had started is the era that I would have been listening to Jungle.
Yeah.
So that time when I had to
Jungle
go back
was
and
massive.
listen, it was huge.
Jungle was huge.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, bruv, that when Acid House, when they banned it and broke down, Garage existed, Jungle existed, but Jungle blew up. Garage was underground, was still underground, because it was more an older crowd. It weren't about having a hit. It was more about just having nice parties and dressing nice and looking nice. Jungle was more like, you know, all the kids, wherever the kids go, it's going to be a hit, innit? So all the kids were into Jungle. They had hits then. The Jungle scene was massive. But what happened when something blows up, it normally blows up. You understand? So like the underground stages of most scenes are the best stages for them. Yeah, when they become commercial, things go wrong. So a lot of the people from the jungle scene came over to Garage, and they brought with them heavier kind of bass lines. They bought a lot of stuff. A lot of our top producers were jungle producers. Like Steve Gurley, all them.
Really? What was Steve Gurley's drum? What, he was making jungle?
He was in jungle before Garage.
So has he got tuned? Did he change his name or?
Bruv, I don't know. All I know is that he was in jungle. That is all I know.
Favourite Garage producers.
All I know is, brother.
Steve Gurley.
All I know is that all of the MCs were in jungle. All of them, except me, because I was already in Garage.
What, all
of them were in jungle.
Really?
Every single MC, you could say, oh, look, I'm going to put on a jungle tune, and they'll all spit. Every single one, bro,
true.
that I know of. Every single one was in.
I can think some from even my era.
Yeah, it's different your era because you're a bit younger, so, you know, their journey was probably more grime and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of them started on jungle.
Jungle as well, you see. So
a lot of them started on jungle. And then, obviously, throughout the years, it would have changed, but... So we're going into, you mentioned producers. So when did the jungle stuff started switching over?
Okay.
What producers was popular?
Okay, well, I would say, look...
or do you have a tune that stood out for a transition period?
To me, bruv, I would say 96, 95, 96, I would say. I would say more 96 than 95.
And this is the year that I'm talking about, when there's Sugar Daddy, Nightlife.
Yeah. It's kind of when the two-step thing came. Because like two-step, there was Four to the Floor, which is more like a housey, a housey thing, yeah.
Okay.
But two-step is what UK Garage.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd seen you perform with Tough Enough, but
Carl. I used to work with Carl all the time at
exactly.
Adrenaline Village.
Yeah, see, so he was like heavyweight for me, like proper.
Cold Tough Enough Brown, brother, was the biggest DJ of that kind of era, or because he was kind of like a bad boy producer, but he was also the wickedest live DJ. Yeah. So, Cole was the man. Yeah. So it was Cole that first brought Todd Edwards, who used to play Todd.
Really?
It was Carl that used to play Todd, bro.
Because EZ sort of gets that.
Yeah. Well, look, bruv. EZ, he took it to like another level because Carl, obviously, you know, he stopped working in clubs and stuff. He's like a Jehovah's Witness. So he cannot step into a club. The same as another legend like Timmy Magic, the same, you know, like he, you know, because of his religious beliefs, he will not go into a club. But I'm telling you, if Cold Tough Enough Brown come back for a set, bruv, he could get 50 bags. He could get 50 bags, bruv. If he come back and we like promoted this properly, bruv, why not?
Yeah,
I'm sure he could.
Something of he's the first person. I always say the story, and you also made me realise another thing, because I feel like I don't know if this is true, because I've never spoken to EZ. I don't know nothing like that, but from a fan perspective, I can say that I feel like his style developed from Carl. Because Carl was the first person, even the dub plate.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Look, I feel this as well. I do feel because Carl, he used to have a dub plate like Tough Enough Brown. Yeah. It's like DJ EZ. So they had the dub plate, they had the Todd thing, and then they had the cut and shot mixing thing. Yeah. But I'll say this: that EZ took it
to another level,
next level,
next
level,
like
100%. You can't test EZ, bro. Nobody can test EZ.
Come on.
So that is it. So look, at the end of the day, all of us have got our influences. Yeah. We've all got them, man. But that's it.
Yeah, man. Big up Carl Tough Enough, man.
Carl, big up EZ, bro.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've touched on that stuff. So I want to go into your Vocal Fusion as an agency.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about the blueprint. When I say the blueprint for an MC, what would you say? Like, if someone wanted to host a set with a DJ, what would you say? Like a few. Let's just say no number do's and don'ts that you don't do, like basic stuff like
as an MC.
As an MC, when you're on a set with a DJ, how should that be conducted? If you could say to someone, just follow these guidelines.
Okay, look. Yeah. To me, it's all about genres. What genre are you playing in, right?
Yeah.
Some scenes are MC-based genres. Yeah. Like grime is built for MCs. Yeah. So the MC is the most important thing on that set because everyone just wants to listen to his bars. Yeah. With house and garage, different thing. The music is the most important thing. The DJ is the commander of that. That's the way that I am. I'm old school, right? Yeah. So to me, I try not to, yeah? Don't talk over a mix. Yeah. Don't talk over vocals. Don't talk too much. Just let it breathe. Let the music breathe. Yeah. Let the DJ do his thing. There's enough room for everyone. That's it, bruv. So they're the three things that I would say.
Okay, perfect. So I was under the impression for some reason, let's just drop a few names who was on the agency at first.
All right. Yeah. Charlie Brown.
Yeah. R.I.P.
MC Neat.
Yeah.
Kai.
Yeah.
Ripping Prophecy. Richie Dan was on the agency. Unknown. DT. Really everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone. Really.
And I'm aware of all of that. And did you have a vetting process? Did was they free to go out and do what you want, or did you say, guys, look, this is the blueprint. This, make sure when you go out there, this is what we're doing.
What it was, bruv, I started the agency to professionalize MCs because MCs at the time, they had a bit of a bad rep, you know, being unprofessional and all that stuff. So I thought, you know what? I got an office at Brick Lane in the Truman Brewery. At the time, all of us had offices in there. Dominic Spreadlove had a cut-in.
Yeah, I've used that
dub cutters up.
Stone's Throw,
that's right. Norris was in there. He had his stew studio in there. Daryl B, mate, like everybody was in there. Ray Keith, everyone.
I didn't even know all of that. But
yeah, bruv, like 500 Records was in there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like everybody wanted to be in there.
Okay.
And we were in there.
What sort of year was this?
I got my, sorry, I got my office from 97.
And
1997. I kept it to about 2007.
Essential Direct was opposite.
Essential was across the
opposite road. Yeah.
It was just downstairs from Stones Throw.
Yeah.
Where like Rinse was, isn't it?
Yeah, Rinse was the other Magic
day.
FM was in that building.
Yeah. So basically, my aim was kind of professionalize MCs. So I started up an agency. You know, we were doing like MC workshops and all that, teaching people how to MC, doing gigs, and from that we ended up doing like some albums with Pure Silk Records and who were under Big Boss.
Now, who is Big Boss?
Okay, they're a company that were based in northwest London, just off of Marylebone Road. The manager now, he passed now. I think his name was Elias. Yeah, and he was like an old kind of Jewish guy, but he was a nice guy, and like he had, and like say, you know, DJS, Kiri and Alpesh, they were like Pure Silk, and you know they were.
Was it an indie label? Is what I'm trying to ask. Is it an indie label? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So, and obviously, so from Vocal Fusion, we birth Good Rhymes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and let me just go back. How did that Vocal Fusion album do, first of all?
Oh yeah, it done great, bruv. Like, yeah.
What
like,
songs was on there and how many?
Oh, man.
Is there any
you know what, bruv? Like, you might as well ask me how many like bowls of rice and peas I've eaten in my life. Like, there's no way I'm, bruv.
I don't know. Some people remember
every banger on road from 19. Every top banger from Garage. Every top banger was on there.
So what
bruv.
was it? A compilation?
It was a compilation album. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a compilation album with the MCs over the top.
Oh, so
we recorded over the top.
Was it like a DJ set or not?
It was a DJ. It was done in a studio, but it was like the MCs were coming in and rapping or chatting over.
The songs mixed?
Yeah, they were all mixed.
So this was like before Pure Garage. Before Pure Garage.
Way before Pure Garage.
Okay, so it was that sort of compilation mixed studio with MCs. Okay, I've got it. I've got it. All right, so then we go on to Good Rhymes, yeah? We are the Click.
There. Yeah.
Ah, mate, that was groundbreaking. How did that come about?
Okay. Pied Piper. DJ Pied Piper is like a really good friend of mine, yeah? So me and him, like, we've worked together, gone all over the world and worked together and have a laugh. Anyway, he had a brother and he used to tell me that his brother was a rapper, yeah? So at the time, I didn't really have a clue, right? But his brother was Comanche Sly from the rap group Hijack.
Yeah, that's way before my time.
Okay, but Hijack, Hijack were one of the top rap groups in the UK in the late 80s, yeah?
Was it like Rodney B?
Yeah, bruv.
Okay.
At the same time, they were all on the same circuit,
Okay.
Right? And basically, they got signed by Ice-T, and they did two world tours with Ice-T, and Piper was with them. He did these world tours as well, bruv, yeah? And he said that his brother had an idea. His brother wanted to do a track with us a lot. So, like, he wanted to do a track with me. He grabbed up PSG as well. And obviously, he's a rapper himself. And we needed a singer. And we found a singer, Valerie. And, like, we had a project. And him and Unknown and Piper, they cooked up this tune and they went, yeah, it's done now. So basically, we need you guys to come down and voice it. So we went and voiced it, and then we just forgot about it. And then when they come back with the tune, it's like, wow, because we hadn't heard nothing like that. Really, like we hadn't heard nothing like that. And then we played the tune at Twice as Nice at Collie. It got about 7 rewinds, bruv. Like man was going mad, thumping up the wall, thumping up the ceiling, thumping up each other. It was like mental, bruv. So that tune just went nuts, and from there it was just like a snowball, bruv. Because this was basically the first tune from our scene that had like a collaboration of MCs on. Yeah, it was the first time that had happened. So, the visuals as well, because all of us were kind of, we were all like on stage doing our thing, and like it was just a lot at the time. So it kind of blew, and it was #1 in the garage charts.
You was on top of the pops, right?
Yeah, we did that, bruv. That was nuts.
14 in the charts, in the national charts.
Which nowadays ain't. It ain't that, it's number 14. That ain't
something that's not been in the charts before.
At the time, bruv, it was quite. It was.
Was it a stepping stone? Because I believe there was like tracks like Rewind, Daniel Bedingfield, Got to Get Through This,
they were later.
Dodger stuff.
They were just a bit after.
They were just a bit after. So essentially, you got the ball rolling.
Well, we were like one of the people that definitely got the ball rolling. But you know what? What that did, when we did that tune, because we were kind of MCs, that created loads of people wanting to become MCs. I think that's what that did.
I want to
on our scene.
Yeah, I want to because you've gone through, and I'm not sure if you've noticed this, a very similar pattern to what. When I started doing grime, that the guys I'd watch, I'm not an MC, but I'd watch the guys go through. So the first thing was that you stated was like, no one was MCing on the garage. And you come in, you was the first MC, so you're doing something new already, and there was a pushback. They didn't want you on the mic.
Bruv, there was a pushback, bro.
Yeah, so that there's that as well. So now you've done, you've set up. There's more MCs coming through. You're sort of pioneering that, but then you go to good rhymes, and that's a first. There's multiple MCs on the track, So now I wanted to say that was a first, but when you look further down the line, you've got songs like Pow, and these MC-based tracks, and at the time even prior to that, there was more MC-based tracks. I should go back a bit to something like Casualty. And I understand. I'm asking this because this was more
so solid
quality control. It was so solid, but there was a pushback from the garage community that the song wasn't fit enough to be played. Do you remember? It's like, you do not play Casualty in there because it's cheesy and it's going to mess our music up.
What it is, right. To be fair, because at the end of the day, I know these guys. These guys were just like young guys trying to come through. They were doing what was just natural to them, and then they must have got some middle-aged guys giving them a push at saying, "Oh, you can't." So, I'm on their side when it comes to them things there.
I can understand that,
but I also see it like from the other side because like a lot of people they put in a lot of work in the scene, right? And like what was happening was there was a lot of the grimy music started coming in. At that time, there weren't a grime scene. So all the MCs were coming to garage, right, with the griminess, right? But it kind of reflected in the clubs that there was loads of fight. There was a lot of violence going on. People were getting shot in nightclubs and all kinds of stuff, right? Mad stuff. So people started to blame that on the music. They're saying because the music's getting grimy, the vibe in the club is dark, and because of that, all this trouble's happening. So, know what I mean? It was just a time.
But I feel like if you look back, it's a natural thing that's happening. If you even look back to how
definitely
like it happened in Jungle, and then went to Garage, and it's that progressed. And
it happened before that.
Yeah.
If you look at what's the song? The Specials, is it? Or Fun Boy 3, I ain't sure. This town coming like a ghost town. All the clubs are
I think that
closed down. And that was like the 70s or 80s.
Okay.
So it was happening then,
yeah,
where they're shutting down the clubs.
Okay. So yeah,
bands don't play no more. Too much fighting on the dance floor. That's
just the progression of when a genre's maybe potentially needs we need something new. I feel like that's just what happens within music because it keeps happening. And
the first time I've heard someone say that, like, maybe it's happening because we need something new.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, it's when something starts dying out, it gets to that point. But also, so yeah, I want to talk about, I went into, like, POW and things like that. So, these things could have planted the seed. So it's like you had the first-based MC track with multiple MCs on it, and we can talk about POW and things like that. But you also... Tell me about what role Miss Dynamite played with Vocal Fusion, or what Vocal Fusion played in Miss Dynamite's career. Okay,
I'll show you. What it was, Jason K, rest his soul, was a very, like, close friend of mine as well. So I'd go around Jason's and, like, talk, collaborate, talk, rap, whatever, mate, and, like, we'd have a laugh. But one day I've gone to Jason's house and Sticky was there. So, but the thing is, I could not see Sticky, but I heard music coming, like, from the back room. So I know that back room is like, it's like the fire room where they're just making bullets in there, right? So, and the next thing I'm hearing this thing, bruv. I'm hearing this. And I thought, what's this, bruv? And the thing is, for years, I was looking for a female MC because I started Vocal Fusion in 97, but I didn't have no female MCs, bruv. I really didn't, not like who were proper gully, who were proper good, yeah? I didn't really have any. So, like, I was looking for a female MC, and then I heard the beginnings of Boo. That's basically what I heard.
And that's
in the back room.
Prior to her, did she join the agency? Or?
No, what happened was, bruv, I put her in because when this must have been the year 2000. When I put out the first album, at the back of it was like, oh yeah, if you've got talent, send I think it was a tape at the time. It weren't even CDs at the time. It was sending a tape to Vocal Fusion, 91 Brick Lane, the Truman Brewery, yeah? Because there weren't even no internet them days. Well, not like what we've got now. So basically, I put her in and she won. I put her in the Vocal Fusion competition thing because she was just bad and she won. So she got to appear on Vocal Fusion 2. Yeah, so she was on Vocal Fusion 2 with all of the, the legendary MCs that were on there. Yeah. That's it, bruv. So, she was on the agency for a little while, probably like 6 months or something like that, bruv. Yeah. And then, like, she got signed and the rest is history, mate.
Did she get signed before Boo or after?
Well, listen, bruv, she had a deal. She had it.
I want to rephrase that. Was Boo out when he did Vocal Fusion?
Not yet.
It
wasn't out yet. All of this happened in a really short period of time.
Yeah.
When we got her on Vocal Fusion, Boo hadn't come out yet.
Yeah. But was it made?
I think he was making it in the back room, bro. When I walked in, I heard it. Innit? He was just making it, bro. Like, it wasn't... It weren't out yet. It weren't out yet, mate. He was just cooking that, bro.
I want to get into Skepta, doing it again. Now, this is what I say about the weight that you... For me, it's like you're like the MC's Ian Wright as a youngster. Yeah? And that's real talk.
That's a compliment, bro. That's a big compliment.
No, that's real talk.
He's like my hero, bro.
Yeah, that's
Ian Wright, mate. Come on.
That's real talk. For a youngster growing up, and you want to MC, Creed is the man.
Basically, did Skepta approach you to say, please, can you vocal this song?
I want to know how that come about.
No, what happened was, I knew Wiley
Okay.
I knew Wiley. So Wiley phoned me up and he said, bruv, there's a youth called Skepta. At the time, I hadn't heard of Skepta. He said, there's a youth called Skepta and he wants you on this tune. Like, do you think you can do it? Right, so I've gone, all right. Like, I asked him, like, is he all right and all that? He went, yeah, he's cool, mate. He's one of my youths, blah, blah, blah. I went, all right, bless. So he said, just send me like send me something, like your catchphrase, your flipping some bars, whatever. I just sent him some stuff, recorded some stuff, sent it to him, and I forgot about it, to be honest. I completely forgot about it. And then one day I got a phone call, I think it was, from a mate, Tweety from South London, mate. And Tweety's gone, oi, bruv, I was at a dance, man, and this tune played, and you were on this, bruv, this is the biggest tune on road. This tune's the biggest tune on road. Bruv, I don't even know what you're talking about. Bruv, it's the biggest tune on road. He was just going nuts. So I didn't even know, bruv. Bruv, I didn't know, bruv. And then I think them times there was MySpace, innit?
Yeah.
Them times it was MySpace, bruv. This is like 2004, 2005, something like that, yeah? And like, I just remember looking on MySpace or something. I was looking for the tune because like I didn't even have a copy, I don't think. And then I must have found Skepta on MySpace. And like, all I remember was they had about like 1 million followers or something, or 1 million hits on one of these tracks. And I'm thinking, damn.
The Birdman rub. Huh? You're like,
no, but you know what, bruv? Yeah. It was kind of, the thing is, yeah, there's like a funny story around this as well, because it's like after the track, the thing is before the track, yeah, me and Skepta, we said, look, at the end of the day, like, yeah, we'll do some appearances together and that and all this stuff, and it was all cool. But just before that, they banned garage.
What do you mean they banned garage?
They banned garage.
They banned garage.
Who did?
Every club in the UK.
Yeah.
No way.
Listen, bruv. Listen, bruv. I'm talking about the end of 2003, 2004. It was around that time.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember was there was a shooting at Turnmills. Somebody got shot in the head. Farringdon, bruv. Yeah. Then, like that was probably the last rave. Just remember, it was getting dark. Yeah. From when, like,
what year do you say? 2003.
Yeah. 2003, 2004. I'm not sure now.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but all I know is that me and Norris and Jason Kay were doing the Garage Awards at the time. We were putting on Garage Awards, yeah. So we did an awards at Brixton Academy. We did one at Hammersmith, and we were going to do another one at the Connaught Rooms, yeah. Going to do our third one, and then this happened, right? And basically, there was so much violence going on in the clubs, right? The whole kind of mood of garage had changed, right? Because garage was always it was always kind of peace and love was the message that was going out there. Yeah. It went from peace and love to something else, and then a lot of stuff started happening, right? So they banned garage from every club in the UK, which just killed our scene because it's a club-based scene. If your scene's a club-based scene and then you can't get no clubs, all the producers then went because there's nowhere to play the music that you're making, right? All the artists went, and we were done. We were done, right? So it was kind of just after that I made the tune with Skepta, yeah? So I think Skepta was expecting me to bring him, to bring him everywhere. But there was nowhere for me to bring him, bruv. Because even though I had a big name, right, we didn't have any clubs. Yeah. And the 1-2 promotions that we did, there was I think there was 2 promotions a little bit later that come out.
Was that just in London or everywhere?
That was everywhere.
Including in Birmingham, Manchester.
That was national. In the whole of the UK.
No way.
The whole of the UK, bruv.
I hear a story. It was like over Christmas, everyone had about 20 bookings each.
That's a week. That's in a week, bruv. Like 20 bookings in a week, bruv.
Yeah, and it just nothing.
Yes.
It just went from
that
zero
to zilch, bruv.
Yeah.
Nothing, yeah? So the thing is, yeah, Skepta as a young guy, he's thinking, oh, Creed is a big man, right? Yeah, if I do this track, you know, he's gonna bring me. But the thing is, when I'm approaching promoters, they say, nah, mate, we don't want no grime in here. That's the same shit that got us shut down. You're crazy, bruv. Nah,
it's still done his thing, though. The track still done its thing.
No, it ain't that. But the track weren't doing its thing in garage raves.
Oh, okay.
It was doing its thing outside garage raves. But it was like blowing up on its own merit. Yeah. On its own merit. Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, I feel that like one day, what did Skepta said? I see him one day, and he said, "Oh yeah, you were doing PAs without me." I said, "How can I do PAs without you, bruv? Like one geezer, like how can I do a PA?" And
it's my slogan.
No, exactly, bruv. If somebody has probably heard me going, we did, and what is that PA? No, it ain't. But at the end of the day, look, but that's kind of what happened.
Obviously, my podcast, I'm on my personal journey around addiction and recovery and stuff. I want to make it clear I don't discriminate against any drug. I look at them all the same now. I don't care what it is. I went into a garage rave in Stratford Rex. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, you see the way people look at cocaine now as this glamorous Tony Montana thing. At one point, my perception, people looked at crack that same way. Yeah. Because this is me as a youngster being in a club that I wasn't meant to be in, like 15, 16, in Stratford Rex. A man have got £50 notes. They open it up and there's bare rocks in there and they're drinking the champagne out of a bottle, dancing around the bottle, smoking crack in the rave. Yeah? And that was my perception of that there. But I didn't, I don't know, it was just, I saw it being used as like that, in that setting of man getting bottles and dancing around the bottles and smoking food in the rave. Yeah. So it wasn't always, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, you may have a different thing, but I don't think that people knew what they was getting involved in at that time. And for me personally, I just missed that era. Yeah? But I kind of feel like that at that time, that the crack then was cocaine. Does that make sense? How we perceive cocaine now is how crack was looked at then. It wasn't looked at like it was a dirty drug.
Different circles, isn't it? Yeah, different circles. No, I get it. When crack first came, it wasn't looked at like that, because obviously nobody had seen like the result of it yet, right? Because it was new. Yeah.
What year are we looking at?
We're talking about when I first heard about crack, it was probably when the acid house raves,
1989 type thing.
Yeah. Them times there. That was kind of when I first heard about it. But I'll show you how it was back in the day. In the acid house raves, people were doing psychedelics. They were doing trips and stuff. Yeah. They were doing E's came later. And then, like, you know, some people had, like, nightmares with E's. People died and stuff. And then, you know, there was a big stigma about that. E's and that were in garage clubs. Not so much the trips. The psychedelics. But they were there. There was things like, what else was there? There was things like GBH. There was things like, what else was in there? There was
ketamine.
Ketamine, that was in there as well. So all of these drugs, the thing is, in these clubs, what you see is whatever drugs are around will find their way into clubland, yeah? And depending on the audience, that will, like, it's the audience that kind of, it's the audience that decide what they're going to take as a scene or whatever. Okay. Now, garage, it was mainly like champagne. Some people did E's in the early days, but then that kind of died off. And it was mainly, I would say, a drinking thing and then a cocaine thing. It was kind of a drink and cocaine thing, which is probably what is in every pub in the UK. Alcohol and cocaine, innit? That's mainly what it is, so yeah.
But so that's what.
And this is 96.
96.
Yeah,
95, 96,
well,
97.
Look, right, not. What we talking about? Which drug are we talking about?
You know, it got a bit upmarket.
Yeah.
Garage got famous, it got popular. And
It was more upmarket before. It was more upmarket when the music was like four to the floor, and it was an older crowd and they were dressy. That's when it was a bit more upmarket, and there was drugs then, but it was mainly like I would say cocaine and ease. That was then. But then when, say, in about 95, 96, when like all the jungle guys came over, there was a lot more crack. Sorry, mate.
Nah, straight.
And then they bring it over.
What sort of issues did you see people, MCs or not particular names, but were developing as a result of this? Did you see the aftermath of?
Oh mate, I've seen, bruv. Like I was going like acid house. I had friends who lost it. Like I had friends who completely lost it. I've got a friend who's, I think even now he's in Hackney Mothers, like, and that is like a mental institution now, isn't it?
Due to drugs, is that what
yeah, drugs,
and
man.
was that a close person to you?
Yeah.
Did that affect you in any way?
Well, yeah, it's very sad. Like it's very sad. And mate, an ex girlfriend of mine, yeah, she ended up in there too, like
due to drugs.
And that's drugs, and that was like a spin-off, I think, of the acid house scene and the drugs that were available then. The thing is, yeah, like not everybody is built for that stuff. Not everyone can take that stuff. Some people take it and they're fine for most of the time. Don't get me wrong. If you take that stuff regular for a long period of time, you're either going to become addicted, you're going to have like a side effect of that drug, right? Which is negative or something. And some people don't live to tell the story. I've got friends who OD'd. They OD'd. They went out one night, took stuff. They were up late taking stuff, went to sleep, and his girlfriend turned over and he's dead in the bed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So in terms of the music industry, it's like, I know, the thing is with this podcast, I don't want to talk on anyone else, so I'll try and share from my own personal experience and stuff, but do you feel like it's not something that's spoken about enough? Because I know some people, look, I'll say this because I'm sitting there with you, but I can see, so now I'm sitting here in recovery, I can look at someone and feel like, fuck, they need to sort themselves out, or I wish I could sort themselves out. Yeah. And there's sort of nothing I can do about it. Do you think it's sort of running rife through artists and they struggle to speak up because of who they are?
Does happen.
Yeah.
100%.
I found that for myself, I struggled to speak up. Because...
Well, it takes a lot, doesn't it? Like, it takes a lot to admit to not only others, yourself, to admit. That's the first stage. I've had people like close to me who are, you know, they've struggled with drugs, they've struggled with drink, they've struggled with all sorts, and like the main thing is denial. The denial is there, and I'm talking to my friend and I'm telling them, look, blah blah blah, this has happened, and no, but that's got nothing to do with that. That's not that. That's like, and it's every excuse under the sun until like the right person, the right. Luckily, I know some people who have kind of been through that, and you know, if you do the 12 steps or whatever, the last step is helping other people, innit?
People, exactly.
That's it, bruv. So luckily, there's somebody like that around me, and I managed to get help from my friend with that person, and like my friend now, he's 6 months clean.
Wicked.
So,
and for someone, I'll tell you from my perspective, I mean, someone may hear 6 months, someone might even hear a day, someone might even hear 2 days, but I'm telling you now, from first-hand experience, that if someone can't stay clean for 2 or 3 days, it's so. When you hear someone's clean for a week, it's a massive achievement.
Yeah,
it's a massive achievement,
man.
And if you are struggling now, we'll say just do it by an hour.
Yeah.
Stay from count hours, count 5 minutes, count minutes if you have to, because every day is an achievement, and you can only stay clean for that day. And thank you, Creed, for your input on that. We're going to wrap this up. I know you do a lot of work with youth and stuff, and you've had DJ and MC workshops. And I understand, speaking off camera, that you're doing a Vocal Fusion 4.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've got a history of doing a lot of work with youth. And I think this next project what you've got is interesting. So can you just enlighten us about what it is that you've got coming up?
Okay, well, like back in the early 2000s, like as we mentioned earlier, we did Vocal Fusion 1, 2, and 3. And like what I'm gonna do is Vocal Fusion 4 this year. And one of the original MCs who was on Vocal Fusion 1 was MC Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
And Charlie Brown passed away in 2001. But now he's like his twin sons, both rappers.
Yeah.
And like I'm looking to bring them through for Vocal Fusion 4, along with some other members of their crew and maybe some of you's lot.
Okay, wicked. So that's a call out right there. So what I'm going to do as well, so again, that's Creed, Vocal Fusion 4, and you're saying the two drill artists, Charlie Brown's sons, twin sons.
Yeah.
So he's putting together a drill project. And this is a legend, and that's what real legends do. This is a man that's gone through multiple genres. He's done a lot of things first. First MC on Garage, first man to put together the tunes, first one with the agency to working with tunes. He's worked with Skepta from Grime. Now he's putting on Charlie Brown's sons into the drill scene. You don't know what can come of it, but you've got a good track record. So yeah, man, big up Creed, man. What a legend, man. And thank you for coming through and blessing us with knowledge.
Wait, listen, bro. Listen. Yeah. I wanna say big up yourself, bro, because you know you bearing your soul about your like situation and like recovery and all that stuff. That's big, bro. So like that can be a lesson to the youths them as well. I would advise people don't touch nothing. You don't really need it. We've all got like adrenaline. You got a natural high that's in you. You don't need nothing really.
There you go. Thank you.
Bless.
Big up, Creed.
Big up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless.
Big up. Yeah.
Yes.